Morning. I'm Brendan here with Trevor. Trevor's in for Heather this week. How you feeling on this morning shift, Trevor?
I feel good. I'm still adjusting to, for one, the time change. The going ahead an hour is never as easy as the going back an hour, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that is especially true. I'm just going to say right off the bat, where I come from, we have a lot more sunshine for a larger majority of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever you're in winter in Michigan, where you don't get as much sunshine in the winter, and then all of a sudden it changes by an entire hour in the blink of an eye. Like let's just take yesterday, for example. I was outside at, I will say, okay, I think it'd be funnier to tell the story.
No.
It'll be, I'm sorry?
I was just asking Dan to take the music out.
Oh,
thank you. All right, say it.
I think it'll be funnier to tell it this way. I was outside and it was super sunny. It was a beautiful day outside yesterday, past some of the morning cirrus clouds and stratus clouds in the area. Beautiful crystal clear blue skies yesterday. And I was outside and it was perfectly sunny. I got the mail and I was like, it's super sunny outside. It must be like 4. And I went inside and it was 6:30. It's like, okay, like, this is not what it's supposed to look like at 6:30. And so I just, adjusting to that, and then also adjusting to a morning schedule when I usually work an evening schedule. I also, that's doubly more so right now because I worked 7 straight days of evening show last week. And so I'm really used to that schedule. And now I'm on this schedule. And so it's
a lot of adjusting
there's definitely an adjustment period there. I have not slept more than 5 hours the past couple of nights, but we'll get there.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you waking up early and giving us the weather, Trevor, because I don't know how to work that system. So thank you. We do have Dan, as we had mentioned. So Dan, if you've joined us in the past, he likes to type things in our little graphics there at the bottom of the screen. So Dan, as he puts it, Dan's box, he'll type in things and say hi to people and let us know how he's doing today, because this is not his normal schedule.
That's right.
With his family, a big switch and just schedules for his family. And so anyway, thank you. And so Dan's behind the scenes. Appreciate the work that he's doing. And first time that I've been on this for 6 work days or something like that. I was on vacation, so I'm glad to be back. Heather's on vacation this week. So we see people commenting and people guessing, well, putting in their guesses for the weather quiz. And there's a reason why you're asking about these record temperatures, Trevor.
Yeah. I'll just keep it brief. The reason why I'm asking this question in particular is because I think it's very possible that we stand a very good chance to break it today, or at least tie it. The National Weather Service and I myself have forecasted the high temperature in Gaylord today to reach around 63 or 64, which is very close It's within striking distance, very much so, of the current record in Gaylord on this day, March 12th in all time. So we could break that in a couple other areas. It's not just Gaylord. There's a couple other areas that could definitely see some record high temperatures today. Very warm, into the 60s, especially in the northern lower, even the eastern upper. A couple of 50s today, which for this time of year is absolutely unheard of. And man, I feel like I'd be a rich man if I had counted the number of times that I'd say, wow, like it's not supposed to be that warm this time of year. That's just how the entire winter's been, hasn't it?
Yeah.
My first winter in Michigan, and it seems like I brought all the warm air from down south with me.
Seriously though, yeah. Some people are happy about it. Others still want that snow on the ground. One of our hot shots this morning.
Yeah. Give and take. Some of them show a lot of snow. There was one in particular that made it look like how we would expect winter to look like. It was very cozy, very cozy northern Michigan vibes. A little cottage. You get the snow on the ground. You want me to show that? I can show it. This is the one we're talking about, sent by Daniel Fiennan in Baldwin. It's a very beautiful picture. Like all the snow on the ground. That's how it's supposed to look. At least that's what I've been told. I haven't lived up here until, well, I moved into the area about, gosh, what is it? It's March. About 9 months, 8 months. I haven't even lived here a year yet. This is my first winter in northern Michigan. So I've been told that this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what I was promised. And instead we get the warmest February on record for most areas around northern Michigan. I know the NWS released a statement at the beginning of March saying that this past February was, for almost every statistical area in northern Michigan, it was the warmest February ever. And our records date back like almost 2 centuries, and we're talking the warmest February ever. That's just how it's been. And well, hopefully we won't see any more of that. Although warmer temperatures and has sort of a negative feedback loop where it kind of it's like a cyclical issue where warmer conditions lead to more warmer conditions. So warmer winters like this may be possible. We might see more of this going into the future, but at the very least, I'm hoping a return to more northern Michigan winter vibes next winter. Let me pull up I'll go back to the weather quiz. But the good news is that at least in the short term, it's not like we're going to stay warm all week. As a matter of fact, we're actually going to be cooling down as we progress throughout the week. And we'll return to an active weather pattern as well. We've stayed dry for so long now, but we'll have a couple of systems arriving. One will arrive on Thursday, and that should give us some rain just because it'll still be too warm on Thursday. It'll be around the 40s and maybe mid 40s and a couple of high 40s for Thursday. Pretty cloudy around that day as well. We could see some rain, mostly in the northern lower and down south for our southern counties. The eastern upper should stay completely dry that day, by the way, at least for the moment. We could see some of those rain showers extending into Friday, mayhaps, mostly in the morning is what I'm thinking. And then another system, this next system will be a Canadian clipper or an Alberta clipper, and that'll give us a plunge of cooler air. And we should get some snow and maybe even some lake effect snow that we haven't seen in a while. So a full circle this week in 7 days. We go from cool this past weekend from snow to possibly record-breaking temperatures today. And then we're going to circle back to cooler conditions and snow by this weekend. And we should have, at least for the moment, it looks like we'll probably have snow early next week as well, around Monday and maybe Tuesday, some snow. So I'm looking forward to that. What about you? What about you, Brendan? You looking forward to that?
Come back.
Want some snow?
And you're more than welcome to show the 7-day forecast. We just like to see if you want. This is really laid back.
This is basically what I just spent the last 3 minutes talking about in a nutshell. So warm today. We'll return to at least semi-active conditions by mid to late week. And then by the weekend, cooler temperatures. And we should get some mix and snow in here. Northern Michigan, especially on Sunday and Monday. Looks to be our best chance to get some snow this week.
All right. Shall we check in with our friends, Trevor?
Absolutely.
Okay. Christopher's reporting 42 and sunny in Farmington Hills. That's Metro Detroit area. for those who don't know.
42 in Metro Detroit.
Yeah. In Oakland County there. Joel is watching. He's a little closer to at least us. But what's nice, Trevor, is we can talk to people from all over the place. Your dad
All over the
chimes in.
country.
Yeah, your dad chimes in from time to time.
Yeah.
Even when you're not in the Facebook
Even
Live.
when I'm not here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Smart,
I've been told that he talks. He comes on from time to time.
Yep. That's right. So Dan's running in the Bay Shore, which is in the Traverse City area. I think it goes outside the city limits a little bit. But anyway, he's just tired of running in the cold. So I think Dan doesn't really mind. I want to put words into his mouth. Doesn't really mind these warmer temperatures. What's that, Dan? He just puts on a hoodie and he deals with it. Yeah, I give him a lot of credit. Do you think running is fun, Dan? So he enjoys it. I don't know if this was like his wife was making him do it or something. I don't know what the deal was, but I just like walking. Walking could be fun. That might take a long time though, Dan. I don't know if they'd wait for me to finish up. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Dan's talking about he was running, a month or two ago? Early February, and his beard was just frozen, just caked in ice.
That happened to me a couple of times in college because I walked to class everywhere. With the exception of a lot of, I was really lazy my freshman year and I took the bus a lot, but I got tired of doing that really fast. I was like, this campus is beautiful. I'm going to walk everywhere. And there were some winter days where it was like 20 degrees and it was snowing and I didn't care. I walked to class and I had nothing but like a hoodie and maybe some pants on. I'd get there and it looked like Jack Frost just sneezed on my face and it was just practically icicles hanging off my beard, which I had a much longer beard and also much longer hair, if you can believe that, in college. I did not even look close to looking like this. And I've been so far removed from looking like that I actually just a couple of weeks ago saw one of those older pictures and I was like, is that really me?
Who is that?
I looked like the suburban Sasquatch, except not nearly as big. The Sasquatch is supposed to be like 7-8 feet tall or something. Or is the urban legend like 10 feet tall or whatever?
Oh, that's funny. I'm
not
quite
nearly
sure.
tall enough. I'm no Shaquille O'Neal by any stretch.
Yeah, this is career polished Trevor.
Yeah.
That you're looking
I
at.
think my dad used to say it's the more, what did he say? More modernized weather caveman or something. Caveman was my nickname in college, by the way.
Oh, okay. You have to pull up a picture of you one of these days,
like
Trevor.
one. Just ask him if you got some friends. I just asked my dad for one. I'm sure he's got hundreds of me looking like I belong on the streets somewhere.
Well, we're glad to have you here. And you didn't really get a whole lot of winter here, but maybe next winter.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe next winter.
Yeah.
Hopefully. That's what I'm hoping for.
Do you see Dan's comment there, Trevor?
I did not.
You see it on the screen?
Sasquatch or Chewbacca? Sasquatch. I can't make the Chewbacca noise. Nope, I can't. That's my
if only you could hear
impression.
Dan. We need to get a microphone
Dan
on
did a
him.
better job of it than I did.
That's good. All right. So yeah, we were saying hi to Joel. It's 29 degrees at the Pleasanton Patriots Pub. It's sunny there, and he's going to be cutting firewood today. Susan Lash Sims is watching again from sunny Kalkaska. It's 36 degrees there. Paul is watching from Rogers City, saying hi to the crew. Susan's guessing 65 for the weather quiz. Paula saying good morning from Boyne Falls, 29 degrees and sunny. She's excited about the sun. I don't know about the 29 degrees part, though. Nancy is chiming in, 31 degrees in East Jordan. Thank you, Nancy. Christopher's guessing 68 for the weather quiz. That was my guess, too. Jackie's watching. Always good to hear from her. She said, that's right. She's back up north. She said, good morning, everyone. Got up this morning, no snow, but lots of frost. It's 29 degrees. It's very, very chilly, she says, and good to see you back, Brendan. And hello, Trevor. Glad to be seen. Glad to be back. Got Joel guessing 70. And Susie Q wants to know how the vacation was. It was very relaxing. Thank you for asking. It's 61 where she is in Florida. It'll be in the 80s all week. She's going biking and swimming and dancing. Apparently she's looking at a pole barn full of classic cars and having some coffee. Gail's watching again. She was actually the one who, she was first on the list. She guessed the weather quiz this morning.
She was the one who got the first response on the weather quiz. I remember that.
So we'll show those standings here in just a minute if you want to get that queued up, Dan. Gail is chiming in saying 37 degrees, and she has that little emoji, with the sunglasses, Trevor.
Yeah.
That's what she has on there. 65 is Susie Q's guess. Seth is watching from a sunny Petoskey. Paul is guessing 65. Jackie's guessing 70. Nancy's guessing 68. Susie Q is thanking you, Trevor, for the warmer weather.
You're welcome.
All the way from Florida. I don't know what power you have over the Florida forecast, but
is it raining alligators?
or iguanas.
Or iguanas?
If it gets cold enough. Yeah.
I think it's cold enough. I thought that was hilarious when I saw that. I saw that on X a while ago, and I was like, is that really how? That is just bizarre to me. I guess it just doesn't ever get cold there, really. Or the iguanas wouldn't be falling from trees now, would they?
We saw an iguana, actually multiple iguanas where I was on vacation with my mom and dad, and iguanas just looking for lunch. That's all. But we kept our distance. I think they can move pretty quickly. And they can swim, but they're right along the pool. I go, you just stay there. I'll watch. They're different colors. They're interesting to look at.
There's a lot. There's so many interesting creatures in the world. I see so many like videos and pictures of creatures that just I would never imagine seeing in real life. How big do you think a giraffe actually is? It's like you see it in pictures and you hear people talk about it, but like until you actually see one, it's like, do you really know how big a giraffe is? Or an elephant? Maybe?
I don't think a giraffe would fit in
I don't think it would fit in there.
Yeah.
It would not fit in the studio, probably.
Yeah. Maybe some studios, but this isn't. Maybe 1.5 stories high. Just a second on those standings, Dan. We'll just go through all the comments here. Angela said, please no snow, bring on spring. Got Mark watching from Myrtle Beach in South Carolina. Our friends at Michigan Doodle Rescue Connect are saying good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Susie Q is noticing the tan, which will go away here very quickly. Jackie saying winter is not over yet, Trevor.
No, it's not. We'll have winter again this weekend. Don't know how long it's going to last because we can't see anything. Like, we can see a little bit past 7 days, but I prefer not to forecast beyond 7 days because most of the time it's not accurate. You get these meteorologists that try to like forecast like a month out, and it's just like, don't trust that.
It's all trends and things, right? Or
it's all just they're just taking a bunch of averages. It's not trustworthy.
Susie Q saying so happy for y'all to have warm weather, and she's saying LOL raining alligators. Although sad story, she said they had a beached whale in Venice.
Oh,
that passed away. Yeah,
that happens sometimes. Sometimes they just get swept along the shoreline. I don't know exactly how that happens, but I see videos. Yeah. My generation's on the internet all the time. Even I myself have swept under that rug. I find myself just randomly picking up my phone for no reason. I'm just like, why am I on my phone?
I mean, it's easy to do.
It's
There's
so
always
easy
something
to
you
do.
can go find and research. Normally what I do on vacation, especially going out of the country, I just like to normally put my phone on airplane mode and not look at it. I'll turn it on from time to time, but most of the time I don't even carry it around. It's nice to disconnect.
I would imagine so. Maybe I should try to just like, I wonder how long I could last if I just like put away my phone. How long could I last if I didn't have my phone?
Probably
my initial guess is maybe I could probably go like a day or two.
Okay. I think you could. Well, especially on your weekend too. There are jobs we know that require you to be connected.
Yep.
At all times. So let's see. If you want to reveal the answer, Trevor, and then we'll look at the standings. How does that sound?
Absolutely. We can do that. We're good to go. Okay. All right. So as a reminder, as I had spoke to earlier, the forecasted high temperature Gaylord today sits right around 63, 64 degrees. The record high temperature on this day is 65. So we're right there. We're close. We're close. By my guess, I would say that if the wind gusts up higher than we're predicting it to in the afternoon, then we could very easily break or at least reach 65 today. And that record, you see on the screen, that was set in 1990. And I think I'd have to look back to know for sure, but I think we've already broke like 5 records this year. And that's not even counting the records that we've tied. It's been a very warm year. All right.
If you want to make this easier tomorrow, if you do something like this again, do like a maybe 30-degree option. maybe 40 and then 60. Spread them out.
Make it easy for everybody.
Right. So I can get it right today. Yeah, Dan, if you want to pull up those standings. I didn't get this right today. But Director Dan did, producer Sarah did, engineer Kurt, I don't know if he got this one right. Facebook viewer, he's in fixing things. So we have tomorrow and then Thursday and Friday to up these numbers. But nice job, Director Dan, producer Sarah.
Yeah, she went home.
And what else? So Trevor, I know it's been when were you filling in last time? How long has it been?
It's been, I think the last day I filled in would have been the day literally after Christmas, I think.
Was it that?
Christmas was a Monday, I believe. And then Heather wanted that next day off. So it was a Tuesday, the 26th, I believe,
so
was the last morning show that I was here. But before yesterday, that is. I was here yesterday, of course. But this is my first Facebook Live since the day after Christmas, I believe. I could be wrong.
I was just wondering because in case you needed a refresher, our viewers, our friends hold themselves accountable with their weather quiz standings. So Susan Lash Sims 2 for 2, Susie Q's 1 for 1. Oh wait, did you have a weather? You had a weather quiz yesterday, right?
I did have a weather quiz yesterday.
You just didn't do the Facebook Live.
Yeah, we didn't do the Facebook Live thing. We didn't do the standings either.
Okay.
Just because it was a whole crew of people that weren't used to the morning. Like obviously you were out yesterday, and then I was in for Heather, and then we had Dan instead of Gib. It was just
Allie was in.
Yeah, and then Allie, of course, Allie was in as well. Everybody, Sarah was the only normal morning show member that was here yesterday. So we were just like, let's keep it simple.
Mm-hmm. No, fair enough. I was just wondering.
We didn't want to mess something up.
So we said Susie Q, 0 for 1 for Christopher, 1 for 1 for Paula. Jackie's 0 for 1, as is Joel. Oh, Susan is correcting herself. 1 for 1. She says, sorry, it's okay. We forgive you, Susan. And Alice, our weather watcher and friend in Alpena, is saying nice day here in Alpena. And she said, good job, guys. Thanks, Alice.
Thank you.
Oh, and you know what? I'm gonna give the phone to Trevor because we have a special guest.
A special guest. Oh, let me guess. I think it's my dad. Yes, it is.
Yep. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, and it says, from Kelly, that's my mom. Good morning. It'll be 77 here today and plenty of sun. 77 for early March in where I'm from, which is Texas, Dallas, Texas. Or more, I guess I should say north of Dallas, Texas, specifically. Is that the normal? I don't even know Texas climate anymore. That's much better than what they were getting. They told me about how a couple weeks ago they were in the 90s in February. It's ridiculous.
That is crazy.
I'm so glad I was not down there. Nope. I like, despite growing up down south, I prefer colder weather. And my parents and everybody in my family knows me for notoriously being the guy that anything above 85 is too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Anything above 85 is too hot. If it's above 100, you ever seen those like those videos when it gets so hot in Arizona that the rubber literally melts off of tires on like the pavement?
I believe
that's what I feel like when it gets over 100 anywhere. And it's even worse. It's even worse where I'm from because you add humidity to that. It just feels like you're drowning all the time.
The humidity would be rough.
I'm just constantly sweating.
So is it your mom watching and typing under your dad's account, or do you have both of them watching right now?
I actually don't know. That'd be a good question for them. Knowing them, they're probably both watching.
Okay.
But my mom doesn't have social media, so it might be just that she wanted to say that, and my dad's the one who typed it.
Gotcha.
Would be my guess.
Well, thanks for sharing Trevor with us. We're gonna keep him around for a while, if that's okay. And since you have my phone, any other comments, Trevor, before we wrap things up?
Susan K. Chappell says, you work well together. Thank you.
Thanks, Susie Q.
So Christopher Rains says, I have family that lives in Somerville, Texas. Where's Somerville? I actually don't know. Texas is so huge. I have like outside of like the Dallas area, I have no idea where anything is.
Fair enough.
I guess I know where Houston and Austin and like San Antonio are. A lot, like all the big cities. El Paso is way out to the west, and that basic stuff. But you get out to the rural areas. I can't even like if you told me to point out where like say Lubbock was on a map, I don't think I'd be able to do that. I have no idea where Lubbock is. It's out west somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
And then any other comments, Trevor?
So my dad says both. So they are both watching, which is what I figured.
Hi, Trevor's
So
parents.
thank you
and
for
Dan
stopping
said
by
the
once
same
again.
thing.
They're now that I started working here, they're both loyal viewers. They watch every single one of my weathercasts
I love it.
every day.
That's awesome.
Every day that I'm on the weather, that is.
And is that about it? Can we say bye for now, Trevor?
Yeah, I'm not seeing any more comments
Okay.
at the moment. So yeah. We'll be back tomorrow, at least I believe. I don't want to speak.
I'll
We'll
be
be back
here.
tomorrow, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll all be here tomorrow. We'll have a new weather quiz of the day, and we'll see different weather tomorrow. It will at least be a little bit cooler tomorrow. I return closer to normal temperatures, but still warm. We'll be in the 50s tomorrow, which is still warm. We should get a lot of sunshine too. A lot of sunshine. That's the one thing that is nice about this time of year. Not this time of year, but this warmer weather is that at least we're getting a lot more sunshine.
Thank you. Which is what we're seeing in that picture behind Trevor. A live look there in Leelanau County. And yeah, your mom goes, "Yep, I just hijacked your dad's account." Said Trev and I both prefer cold weather.
Yep. I get that from her. As she says, I'm her apple or something like that.
Well, because the apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Something like that. I think that's how the saying goes.
Okay. All right. Well, Dan has already switched the graphic. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we'll do this again tomorrow. Might be a little shorter than normal because I have another thing to do at 9. So, and your mom, I'm guessing, or maybe your dad's back. I don't know. Have a pleasant day is the last comment that we'll end things on.
I'm going straight to bed after this.
Sounds good.
And I'll probably sleep the rest of the day off, for all I know.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.